Hey everyone, welcome back to the Mention It All podcast. It is cold outside, which means it's time for Summer House, and I am always down to talk about whatever's going on with my guest today, Carl Radke. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you, Dylan. Good to see you.
We're in a new era. We're in season 10. We've got new projects to talk about. I feel like it's a busy time in the life of Carl.
It's a busy time. I joke around. I used to pray for times like this. I'm very lucky. I've been working really hard at a lot of these things that, in a crazy way, have all kind of come to fruition at the same time, which is exciting because they're all very aligned in kind of my lifestyle and kind of what I'm all about. So
I wanted to talk about, I feel like it's a good place to start. Reading your book, I feel like it was interesting to get a little bit more in depth about your sort of career journey in your adult life, starting in LA when you were trying to get into the, TV business and some acting, and then, moving into sales and working with Loverboy, and obviously Bravo came into the equation. And now it feels like with all these projects that you're doing, you've really found a way to sort of channel your personal story and your like passion for, mindfulness and recovery and all of that stuff into like all of these professional projects in a cool way.
Yeah, I always kind of dreamed it would be this way in a sense where, you're like everything you do is just you're embodying this lifestyle, and obviously being able to build a career that kind of lends itself to that. It's been awesome because maybe 3 or 4 years ago, I was working with a business coach actually, and he was kind of really helping me like line up like what are things I wanted to do, what are goals of mine, and a big goal of mine is I want to help people.
Yeah.
And one way I thought was, okay, I can put my story down on paper. Maybe not everybody's going to read it, but if 1 or 2 people read it and are helped or impacted or inspired, let's go, let's do it. I love conversations, and I was like, we've had friends of ours kill it on podcasts, let's be honest. And I was like, maybe there's a world where I could talk more vulnerably or raw or honestly about things from the past, but also ask the guests that come on about things they've been through. I don't have it all figured out, but I have like a desire to try and continue to learn and grow and meet new people who can kind of help me along the way. So I feel like the business and my personal, it's like very meshed together, which is really cool.
Well, I think it's cool too. I mean, you've been on the show for 10 years now, which
I laugh when you say it because it's so crazy.
We'll talk more about season 10, but I think like being on a show like that where you're sharing parts of your life for a long time, obviously people feel like they know you really well. We've seen you through great times, tough times, but you're also only getting to show a certain amount of your life. And so I think sort of having those other outlets where it's writing the book, doing the podcast, sharing other sides of yourself and getting to explore other things. I think that it's good to sort of like balance out where you're not just like Carl who is on TV for 12 weeks a year or whatever. Like you have other ways to sort of like flesh out who you are as a person.
Yeah. I mean, I've been very lucky with the Bravo side of things, for 10 seasons. It's crazy that we've been doing it. I mean, most shows don't make it past 2 seasons, let alone even 1 season. So listen, I've put a lot out there over the years. I felt like there was still a part of my life before I got to Bravo that some people may not have understood, or even for me to fully explain and talk about it. I never really spent the time like opening up some of these things that were very difficult to talk about. But I've kind of said this in a few interviews where there's a period of time where I felt like, maybe people liked me on Bravo because of certain things or didn't like me because of certain things. And I just was like, I'm going to put it all out there. Yeah. I'd rather people hate me for that versus liking me for this much of information. Yeah. And, I think one of my Bravo friends says it's like there's episodes are 42 minutes long. Yeah. Depending on the cast that your show has, 6, 7, 8 different people. Right. You're fighting for 6, 7 minutes of camera time. So over the years, a lot about me, but there was more to me that I felt was important to put all out there. And doing so has been healing for me. Yeah. And I also believe it's hopefully can help others simply by just seeing that someone else can open up and be honest. Mm-hmm. But I'm not a doctor. I'm not a therapist. Yeah. I don't have it all figured out, but I've learned seeing someone like myself kind of navigate this is actually more relatable than a doctor.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like that's such a common thing where people say like, if I can impact one person or inspire one person, or if somebody can identify, like that's a reason to do it. Yep. I mean, Chrissy Teigen posted this incredible thing this week where you went on her podcast recently. Yep. You've known Chrissy Teigen is a Summer House fan.
Oh yeah, her and John are big Bravo fans, big Summer House fans.
But she posted this, I mean, just like really like raw and open thing on Instagram about how talking with you on her podcast basically directly inspired her to try not drinking again. And now I think she's like 50 something days sober. She talked about wanting to do this Star Search show on Netflix and knowing that if she was going to do it, she needed to like prioritize this. I mean, I think you had already inspired someone before. I don't think this is like, you know, the first person who's seen your story, but I mean, that must never get old to know that you have that ability to help someone like that.
I kind of get chills.
Yeah.
It's a pinch me kind of moment. I mean, I love Chrissy. I know she's been through a lot of ups and downs, and you know, people have had their opinions about some of her past. I've had a past. I'm not proud of it, but I think the work she's doing, and I was so proud of her just being honest and opening up. And it's not perfect. It's messy, but we've traded a lot of messages over Instagram over the few years. I did run into her at Sundance, which is always this funny story between her and I and John, because he didn't realize I was coming on the plane. But we've developed this friendship, and I messaged her actually after BravoCon and this whole Sundance thing, and just thanked her just for being so supportive. And she invited me out to LA to do the podcast, and we sat in her home and did this conversation. And mid-convo, I was like on the edge of my seat, because when someone is so honest and open, I'm drawn in. And when she was admitting some of her story that she'd never really admitted before, I was like so proud of her and so happy that she felt comfortable to share that with me. I had no idea that she was going to post what she posted yesterday, but the amount of women and men that she's going to impact merely because of the honesty and vulnerability is so huge, because people think as soon as you just say you're getting sober, it's like, yeah, it's hard, it's all these things, but it's not linear. And her story of ups and downs, back and forth, trying to figure it out, is so real. And it's so important for someone of her stature and her platform. And for her to choose me, like I texted some people on my team, I'm like, I can't even believe she did. Like, it's just so amazing. Right. I'm just overwhelmed by her support, but I want to send it all right back to her. I said to her, we're in this together, keep going.
Well, and I think also, you're just starting this podcast journey for yourself, but it's like creating a platform that somebody else could potentially have that experience, or it's sort of those spaces, and physical spaces like Soft Bar, like all of just creating that kind of environment where like not everybody is struggling with the same thing, but if they are, they have that like time and space to
they have somewhere to go and
yeah.
somewhere to feel like they have their community and find their people. And I'm a big believer. I know community is kind of this big buzzword now, but finding your people, finding your tribe. It could be a yoga class, it could be a run club, it could be a reality TV group. And I think the more people are opening up about things that they struggle with, but finding other people that struggle too, but coming together. And the power that Chrissy has and can wield is massive. And for her to take that step, it's so important. I'm so proud of her. I'm overwhelmed by just the fact that she chose to share some of those things with me. But something that I really believe in is, when you really are honest and open and loud and sharing, you're creating more confidence in others that don't have that confidence to share. If someone sees Chrissy opening up like that, they're like, wow, Chrissy Teigen just said she's struggling. That's going to give someone else in their life the confidence. And what's so cool is Chrissy's going to impact someone from the post yesterday, and someone from the post yesterday is going to be impacted by that and move a little differently, sound a little differently, and someone in their life is going to be impacted.
Right.
So the network effects of it are really powerful, and that is why I share. And that's why I really try to continue to learn and grow, and Chrissy's inspiring me. It kind of goes back and forth.
I'm curious for you, obviously, like with the book, you're looking back on a lot of stuff with your journey and all of that. With season 10 of Summer House, like that's such a big milestone. You've been there since the beginning. What is it like in this mindset of kind of looking back and being, mindful and reflective? Like, how do you kind of think about that, like 10-year time that you've spent doing the show with Kyle, with Lindsay, with Amanda, really since the beginning, and also like the crew, the production, all of that is such an integral part of it too.
I mean, it's family, man. It's a family. We're only as good as our worst player, and we don't have a worst player. Everybody's contributed in such a big way, from Kyle to Lindsay to Amanda to Paige, Sierra to West and Jesse, even some of the new friends you're going to meet on the new season. But yeah, like we're so lucky because the crew and the production team that's involved, they give up their weekends for 10 years. every weekend from end of June until Labor Day. We're there having fun. Now it's work and, it has its ups and downs, but my hat's off to the crew and mad respect to the team behind the scenes because there's a lot of footage to deal with. Our show is really hard to edit.
Of cameras at every angle.
Oh my God. I mean, the little moments in the kitchen, the late nights, all the conversations and hot mics. It's a very difficult show to be a part of and work on. So I'm just so lucky that we've been able to every season keep getting another chance. Even last night with Donald and Jenny from Bravo Social, who I love dearly. We were kind of calling, like, seasons 1 through 3 were like the little show that could.
Right.
We didn't even have a reunion till I think season 4. Really, we had a clubhouse reunion.
There was like the Watch What Happens Live.
But then even at BravoCon in 2019, the first BravoCon,
I remember
kind of like a small little event. We weren't really a panel.
Right.
So we just keep every year just keeps getting better, and it's a testament to the Bravo audience and fans. Yeah. We are so lucky. We have the best fans in all of reality TV and all of TV.
Yeah. Just this past weekend, I was on like a bachelor party with like a bunch of women in their 30s, and I mentioned like, oh yeah, I'm like talking to Carl this week, and they were like, you've seen the premiere. What's going, like, tell.
They want to know everything.
It's like throwing like a chum in the water with sharks. It's like people really. I mean, obviously when there's like drama and stuff, people want to know what's going to happen, but people also just like want to be back in the like hangout vibe of the house.
Yes.
People want to see Sierra and Amanda in the bed, and people 100%. People like want to just like be with you guys on TV again, and I think that's like, to have that after 10 years really stronger than ever is kind of crazy.
You nailed it, because we did this Sirius XM thing yesterday, and someone had a question in the audience, and she was very honest. She was like, your show brings a lot of light and love and happiness during right now is a very dark time in our culture and our world. I mean, there's just a lot of things happening. And having a show as silly sometimes as Summer House can be, it's escapism. It's a chance for people in the colder weather to think about maybe some happier times or some funny times. And that's what makes our show so amazing, is we have, I think an audience that really relates to what we've put out there. None of us are, we're all a little crazy, but none of us were like the famous people or like rich kids. Like we kind of were all just hardworking New Yorkers who love to party and have fun. But having a chance to keep doing this my dad jokes with me. He's like, you've been on longer than Seinfeld and Friends. And I'm like, that's insane. Like 2 amazing shows of all time and iconic New York things. But yeah, it's a testament to the Bravo audience.
You're like me and my peer, Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah. Julie Louis-Dreyfus and I. No big deal. JLD's the GOAT, but
look, a lot of those people are probably watching Summer House. So
this is a random, but I texted my group chat this morning. Isla Fisher, who's an actress that I had loved from Wedding Crashers. She had the famous line, like the crazy eyes, like, I'll find you.
Yeah.
She added me on Instagram last night, and I'm just like, send it to my friends. I'm like, I'll find you. Yeah. And it's just funny, like, how connected this show has brought things, like people that I never dreamt of meeting or even knowing who I am. I'm like blown away by that. Sports, athletes, artists, actors, actresses. It's so cool to see who connects with the show.
I think Summer House too is one of those shows where it's like, okay, like if I'm a woman and I'm trying to get my like boyfriend or husband or whatever, like a little bit on the Bravo train, it's like, okay, well, we're gonna put you in front of the TV while Summer House is on.
Test it out here. I meet so many awesome men, partners, husbands, boyfriends. And you could tell when they come to some of the events and like they're there to support. It started as being supportive of their girlfriend or wife.
Right.
But then you can tell they're like genuinely also enjoying it. And that for me as a male, it's just nice to have the male support too.
I think the last couple seasons, like West and Jesse have been such an awesome addition to the group.
Huge.
I think it feels like there's like a strong like group of guys in the house in a way that, we've had other people in the past that have been great on the show, but like it feels like that contingent is in a great place these last few years.
Actually, Wes said it last night we were at a Bravo watch party and he was giving kind of a tease for this season. There's a lot of male energy. So be warned, Bravo audience. There's I think at any given point in the house, the core 4, Kyle, me, Jesse, and Wes, and then we've got 2 new guys, KJ and Ben. So we have 6 bros in the kitchen.
Our pro skateboarder KJ and our Australian
model. he's a great dude. Both guys are great. I love them both. But they're like jacked and like in good shape. So 5 or 6 dudes are in the kitchen, shirts off, screwing around. the balance of power has shifted this season a little bit, which may be good for some, not, I don't know. But the girls at one point, I think, were like, can you guys just keep it down? You're just loud men. Just shut up.
What is it like for you after all these years? There's a lot of new people on the cast this season. Has your like vibe around meeting, getting to know, forming relationships with new people in the house shifted at all as you've kind of settled into, you know, obviously getting sober and that side of it, but also just like, I'm older, I've been doing this, like I
mean, I get what you're saying. I was kind of like the new person season 1.
Yeah.
I was friends with Kyle, I was friends with Everett. I didn't really know Lindsay. I knew her a little bit, and then I knew the twins a little bit. But like I was kind of on the outside. I had a lot of mutual friends. But I always, that first summer, remembered kind of feeling a little, not left out, but just like I wish I was a little more in the group. And I wanted to make sure, moving forward from that, to like try and make sure make the new people feel good, or make them feel, because it's also overwhelming.
Yeah.
I've told this story maybe long ago, but my first weekend at the summer house, the very first party, I was just so overwhelmed by it all. I went up to my room and the showrunner came up. She goes, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm leaving." It was like the first 10 hours of being there. I just was like overwhelmed by it all. I didn't know how to act or behave. I was drinking like crazy, but I'm like, what do I do?
Yeah.
I just had like this panic attack. And the producer checked on me. I cooled off. I never looked back. But over the years, I've just made a point to really make sure that the new guests and the new people are feeling comfortable, because it's a lot. Walking to that house for the first time, cameras in the kitchen, cameras in the bedroom, cameras, mics everywhere. It's a lot to take in. So I've tried my best to take the newbies under my wing. You may not see that on camera,
right?
But on a car ride home, Tuesday after a big weekend, just checking in.
Yeah.
Especially this season, I think you will see a friendship blossom between me and KJ.
Yeah.
Because of just being new and being kind of a younger guy in the group. So I love trying to take people in and help them out, because I felt like maybe I was on that other side of it once.
Yeah, it's a unique show in terms of being a new person in the group, because it's like you're sleeping in the house with them and staying out all night. It's like that you're not just like, oh yeah, like we go to dinner sometimes and then we film again.
No, you're
next
dropped
week. It's like,
right in the deep end, and especially with the friendships and the bonds we've had. I mean, for some of the girls over the years, it's maybe been harder because there's such a tight bond with the girls, and then even me and Kyle too. Like, you know, we want people to join the group, but it's sometimes hard to mesh, and not everybody fits in. But we've been pretty lucky. I think this season, every new person brings it. I really think that we've got some good, in different stories, stuff that, you know, is going to be new. Yeah. Which I really think is going to help.
I'm excited to see more. I feel like it's the premiere. It's like we're not meeting quite everyone in the first episode.
It'll be like a little more tiered.
Yeah, you kind of have to. Well, also like Lindsay's not in the first episode. I think that's something with Summer House too. Like it feels like there's been a little bit more flexibility over the years of like everybody has lives going on. So it's like people will miss a weekend for a wedding, or somebody's coming out a different day. But like it feels like the show has kind of like grown to include those pieces of life versus like, oh no, why could you possibly miss a weekend? Like,
well, I think it's more relatable to see, like, you know, Lindsay, she's got a baby and she is busy and has things going on, but when she did come, you feel it. It's great. Yeah. Like Lindsay, when she's there, it was so important to have her there because she brings such good energy and she's a lot of fun. Yeah. So yeah, like I don't know. It's interesting to see kind of like how over the years, it's allowed really you to see more of our lives. Yeah. You know, you get to see more of the New York City apartment or the day-to-day work stuff. We got a wedding, you got a bachelor party. That is kind of how the Hamptons are. Like not every psychopath is in the Hamptons every single weekend. Maybe Kyle and I, but
Kyle, if he's not on DJ tour, he's
exactly. He's like, I don't know what we would do if we weren't out there. Yeah. You know, I've 10 summers in a row from the end of June until Labor Day. I'm driving out to the Hamptons every single weekend. It's amazing. I wouldn't change it for the world.
I do think in the book there was one time where you referenced being on the train back to the city.
You've
outgrown that.
I did a train once or twice. I remember brown paper bagging. You can pick up beer at the Penn Station in the brown paper bag tall boy. And I remember getting on the train and someone spotted me and they're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm going to film." And they were like, "Really?" They couldn't believe that I was on the train.
Let's get you a car.
I was like, "We're season 2. Come on, settle down." But yeah, it's been cool to like, listen, I love New York and being able to showcase more of your work life, some of your personal stuff. Summer House, I think, has gotten better at seeing more of the city stuff. And I think you'll also see there is a spinoff happening, which is cool.
Right.
You might see me a little bit, which is great. I love them. So supportive. I'm really excited for them. But it sounds like a continuation of the summer.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting. I mean, 10 seasons of Summer House, obviously you've put a lot of your life on this show and you have all these other projects going on. How do you kind of think about like, whether it's like a 5-year plan, whether it's like chapters of your life, like thinking about how long you've been on Summer House and sort of like what you envision for your future?
Summer House season 25.
Okay. More life, baby.
More life forever. Carl 30.0. Yeah. I mean, listen, I love being in the TV world. I did go to college at Syracuse for TV and film.
Yeah.
I've always loved kind of the camera and the mics and all those things. So listen, if it doesn't, continue on, that's great. Mm-hmm. But I'd still love being a part of it. I still think there's still maybe a little bit of juice to squeeze. But 5 years, listen, I love being an entrepreneur. I love podcasting. I love running and working out. I really want to continue to build my brand, Soft Bar, continue to build my personal brand, help people. I do want to get married and have a family. It's definitely something I think about a lot. A lot of my friends have second and third kids. Now, some of my friends are now going through breakups and have been married. So like, it's interesting to see the juxtaposition. But I think first and foremost has been the goal of the last year was getting my business open, getting this book out, launching the podcast. Now that we're here, the work doesn't stop, but I do need to take some time to really take care of myself.
Yeah,
as well.
I think that's like, there can kind of be that mentality of like, go. You got to have the next thing like already in the hopper or whatever. But it's like, you also have to like check in and like have time to do what you need to do for yourself.
You nailed it.
Well, and even now it's like, okay, so like the book's out, podcast, Soft Bar's open, but like the show's starting to air and then that's a whole thing for 4 months. It's like there are things.
I'm very blessed.
Yeah.
I feel very lucky, and I sometimes kind of don't know how I got here in a way.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of support, and a lot of people have given me a lot of grace and a lot of opportunity. So this didn't happen by accident. It's been a lot of love and a lot of hard work, but I sometimes still, I'm like, I can't believe I'm 10 seasons in, and I've got all these exciting things happening, but still got to keep working hard. It's still one day at a time. The new season, I think I'm excited for, because I actually had a really fun summer.
That's good.
I really enjoyed being out there.
Yeah.
And I think I'm hoping that you guys will see me for really who I am.
Well, I think because last summer, like going into the season, everybody was like so focused to see like how are Carl and Lindsay, what's gonna happen?
Yeah, how's it gonna go?
Is there gonna be a bomb gonna go off in the house? And it was like there were moments, but it was okay. And
it actually was really helpful for me to go through some of that. And I hope she would feel the same. It was like a forced kind of closure, like to face someone that you wouldn't maybe normally face. But that's why I love doing what we do, because I think Summer House shows things to our audience that I hope is good life skill. Like you should try and face some things and not sweep it under the rug and avoid it. Yeah. Now, of course, spending a summer with your ex-fiance every weekend, is that normal? No, but we were friends for many years before that.
Right. And I think
we had this bond, and I think you'll see on the next coming season is her and I getting to a better friendly place, which even last night we were together and like we had fun. And it's like, for me, deep down inside, it makes me feel really good because I care about her. I've always did. I want the best for her. And the fact that we're in like we're smiling and laughing. She gave me my mail yesterday for my birthday, which is hilarious and awesome. It's been this running joke for now 3 years. She'll bring me mail to like an event because it's, perfect. But no, like you'll see, I think just a lot of the effort I put into the season we were talking about. Yeah. Facing something that, is it going to blow up? Is it going to be uncomfortable? And of course it was. That first kitchen conversation, I'm sweating. I was cooking T-bone steaks. I just had learned she was having a baby or pregnant like an hour before.
Go hide in the bathroom for a minute.
And they're like, Lindsay's in the kitchen. And I'm like dying of sweat. And I'm like, this is going to go great. But some of the effort I put into that summer lended itself to where we are now.
Totally.
And I really try to take accountability. Of course, there's things I probably still could owe apology for, but I think you'll see we do talk. Her and I, and we actually got to a way better place. And I even said this recently, was like, I was at BravoCon, I walked in the green room, she was there and she gave me a hug. And as I was giving her a hug, I looked behind and Kyle's right there. I was like, she'd give me a hug.
Well, it's like
everybody was like giving me like a high five and like, so the vibes are getting positive.
You had your tough season, and now you can have a fun season, and now Kyle's in the hot seat.
And that's Kyle and I have joked around about this. It's like, is it your turn or my turn? Jesse took a little bit of the load off last year, but listen, I think Kyle has certainly, he put a lot out there, and as someone who's also taken responsibility for things I've done, I think this will be some learning and growth for Kyle. It's not going to be easy, but I'm here to support him. I love the guy to death. We're best friends.
Yeah.
I'm proud of him for navigating some of this. My heart goes out to Amanda too. I love her dearly.
I mean, I think it's also, a unique situation where like you've been there for their entire relationship. And so then now whatever this next phase holds, it's like, you're all still kind of in this thing together.
I mean, me and Lindsay are different in a sense, but seeing them getting along and just being friendly and cordial. And from what I understand, they're good, as good can be. But seeing them just, even yesterday, laughing a little bit and being around each other, it was like, as hard as this has been, we're still kind of coming together as one big crazy family. And I'm proud of that. And it's not, to some, it may look crazy and not normal, but we've spent so much time together. We've been through so much together, and especially those two.
Yeah.
So I'm wishing them all the best and how they navigate it. It's not going to be easy, and please be supportive, be kind. It's going to be a rough season to watch for some of it, just the relationship and the tension of it.
Well, and I think that's something where, watching yourself back is also not a normal experience. And you guys have, you've done it for a long time, but like,
never easy.
You're going to see things that you weren't there for, and you're doing your confessionals, and
that's the part we always, I think it's really hard to deal with sometimes, is like you're seeing things for the first time as the audience is seeing them, but you were there, but I wasn't in the kitchen for that. So like, it's such a weird thing sometimes, but over the years I've learned, take a deep breath, text one of the group chats, don't go on Twitter.
You're like, light a candle.
Dorinda always has something very famous to say about that. She's like, I forget what she says about tweeting something, but it's
say it, forget it, write it, regret it.
Thank you, Dorinda. And shout out to Dorinda.
Shout out to Dorinda.
Dropping wisdom for us.
Her great contributions to society. We love Dorinda.
Big Dorinda guy.
I was at a 8 a.m. Dorinda DJ set last week.
I heard she was giving Kyle some DJ tips yesterday.
I don't know if Dorinda has the DJ tips. She's got the wisdom about tweeting, but I don't know about the DJ tips.
I love it.
Well, you have a lot going on. I mean, the podcast just launched.
Yeah.
What are you... Are there like dream guests? Is there anyone coming up that you're excited about? What's on the vision board?
Yeah, I mean, dream guests. So I just did Bethany Frankel's pod.
Okay.
She was cool. Chrissy, I've done. There's kind of the thing of like the podcast swapping. So I'm hoping maybe there's some swaps down the line.
Yeah.
I'd love to get more of my Bravo friends in. I want to get Lala.
That's what I was going to say. There's around the Bravo community. There's a bunch of really interesting stories about recovery and sobriety and stuff. So I think
there's so many good ones and this isn't a fault of their shows, but like Captain Sandy, she's an amazing woman.
Yeah.
I've gotten to know her. She's sober and has shared a lot about her story with me personally. Lala and I have been friends for quite a while. I mean, I'll never forget season 2, her and I were on Watch What Happens and got so drunk on martinis, and Randall was there in the audience, and Randall was a total a-hole. It was this whole thing, but like Lala and I have known each other even back in the day. She would be amazing a guest. There's other people like in the kind of health and wellness space, Jay Shetty, Rich Roll, Mel Robbins. Some of those folks would be kind of my premium. Michelle Obama, I've been told she's a Summer House fan.
I know she watches Potomac, I think. She's a Bravo girl.
She's a big Bravo girl. Maybe Rihanna. I know she's a Bravo girl. Now we're getting ridiculous.
No, same. I'm making guest lists. I'm like, so Michelle Obama, Rihanna,
no big deal.
J-Law.
No big deal. It's like anybody else. Tom Holland.
Yeah, exactly.
But listen, manifesting is real. Put it out there.
Hell yeah.
But also too, like I'm not opposed to people in their local communities that are making moves and doing powerful things. There's yoga instructors. There's tons of health and wellness, sober entrepreneurs that aren't necessarily famous per se or in the public eye, but have powerful things and powerful stories. So I want to include people like that.
Yeah.
But what's fun is my studio for More Life is at Soft Bar upstairs.
Oh, okay.
So when people come, they get to kind of walk through the Soft Bar space.
Okay.
We also serve them a Soft Bar
a little drink,
beverage, and then we go upstairs to our really cool built out studio.
The synergy is
I wanted something to, it's like an ecosystem where people can come and spread out, do their thing, but also upstairs have a great conversation.
Yeah.
We're also going to be using the space at some point for other creators too, if they want to record.
That's cool.
Just to get more maximum usage out of the space. But
yeah,
it's been really exciting. Just the response for the book and the podcast and everything it's been great. You know, it's overwhelming because some of it, you're not sure how people are going to respond. Mm-hmm. At some point I was like, I don't care what people think about the book because it's my real story.
Right.
Of course I care. But
well, I think like reading it, I was like, I could tell that you wrote it as much for yourself as you did for like, you know, a million people to be like, what's Carl got going on? Like I think there's that push and pull of like, this is something I needed to do for myself.
Yes.
And also I hope that people, you know, read it and connect with it. But
exactly. I mean, there was some healing in it for me.
Yeah.
Putting some things out there that I had not talked about, even just over the last 2-3 weeks, I've felt a lot more comfortable about it. But at first it was like, hey, I read your book. I heard about the Bahamas. And I'm like, it's just like this very difficult thing. But the people that have been impacted, it's so cool. And I've been to some amazing cities doing book signings. Mm-hmm. And that for me is like, it's like how you take the words and make them even more meaningful. Yeah. And I really believe you do go on to a book signing thing. That's like what you should be doing with your time. Mm-hmm. And I've met so many cool people. People give me hugs and share stories. It could be very difficult. It could be very positive. But the fact that I'm able to kind of give someone that little embrace.
Right.
I also am like, thank you. Like you've spent $39 on coming here tonight for me. Like me? Like, and it's such a beautiful thing. So
I'm like, well, you've given me 10 years of your summer.
And I forget that. You know, I have an imposter syndrome. A good friend of mine, actually Zach Clark, I talked to last night. He's he's big here in New York City. He was a former bachelor. Yep. Sober, great guy, big marathon runner. He's been helpful with just the imposter syndrome feelings because there is an element of that in the sobriety feeling where I feel like I get a lot more credit than I deserve. Yes, I've done some work, no doubt, but people have also done the work too. And people maybe give me the credit. I'm like, no, you did the work. And I maybe just inspired you a little bit.
Right.
But I'm really honored and flattered that people express that. It means a lot to me. Sometimes I'm like, me of all people? Like, you know, I think less of myself, unfortunately, sometimes, and kind of, it's my own flaws internally. Totally. But, you know, the more I'm open about it and that feeling of it, I think it does help because there's a lot of people out there that do feel, even in their job or career.
Yeah,
you know,
I think that's normal.
It's a very normal feeling, but if you don't talk about it, you may feel like you're the only one that feels that way.
Right. You don't realize that everybody kind of is doing the same thing in their head.
Exactly. Until I started talking about it, then I realized all these other people I admire and was inspired by also feel the same way.
It's a crazy world out there.
It's a crazy world. Are you feeling ready for season 10?
I'm ready for season 10. You know, you've done all this reflection, all this work, and now we get to watch fun summer for Carl.
I've set up like a really nice runway here. I better have a great season.
We'll see.
I mean, I definitely I have a pretty big epic end of summer conversation with Kyle, which I think you see a little bit in the trailer.
Sounds like that's where we're headed.
It was necessary, and I think you'll see kind of all the things that transpired to lead to some of that. But
I think this season is going to be watched. I'll just say that it'll be watched with interest.
Yes, season 10. Get ready, buckle up. It'll be really good. But thank you for everything. Always.
Thank you. Yeah, it's always a pleasure. And
the Betches audience is such a great support of our show. I actually ran into a colleague who's here, Cheech.
Oh yeah,
who I've known back in the day from many years of Bravo. But yeah, we've been coming into Betches since season 2.
I know, it's crazy.
I remember my candid interview with Hannah and Steven, and we did a flabango in one of your offices.
The flamingo. Oh my God.
And it was your former office at Betches. But yeah, a lot of history with Betches in Summer House.
Wow.
So I always appreciate you guys.
We go way back.
We do.
And, you know, into the future. Who knows?
The future. Season 25 coming in 15 years.
Put a pin in that. Thanks, Carl.
Thanks, Dylan.
Thanks, everyone, for watching. Don't forget to rate, review, subscribe. And until next time, be cool. Don't be all, like, uncool.